Scrote. Where is the lamb sauce? We've got a problem. Good morning. It's Christmas Eve. Hello, Leo. Can you see the slug in him? From the top, you would think it was... Where the fuck she go? I'll give you the same perspective. Slug. Right, get in the car, bitch. So what we're doing this morning is we're feeding everything. We did it yesterday, but because it's Christmas tomorrow, we won't be feeding tomorrow. So instead we're doing it today. It is raining, so we won't be harvesting today. Or it's drizzling, if you want to be specific. I've got 2 paddocks left, keen to get it done. There's a bad bushfire. Hopefully this rain's probably, assisted a lot. Boxing Day is meant to be, I imagine it's going to be another fire ban, so no harvesting. Another bad day for fire, so hopefully they can get on top of the Grampians fire before Boxing Day. Future Tara is going to know what happens. Good luck with that, babe. Empty the bin, feed the Merino lambs. Don't have Merinos anymore. Anyway, so it's only like 11 degrees this morning. Typo would like to know who's put the fucking AC on. But are these gonna come and follow or not? Little Merinos, come and follow. Eat and grow strong so we can get rid of you. Gather, little Merinos. Gather. Go and eat. Got a little bit more grain left, so I might just feed the other Merinos, whatever's around. And then we need to fill up with barley and feed everything else. And then I'll need to fill up with beans and then feed everything, and then you don't need the details. Do we have anything? Last week's video hasn't come out yet, so I can't really talk about anything there. Scrote still, nothing happened. I literally filmed the additional clip for last week's video yesterday. Pink seems to wash off very quickly, so I don't know if I just got a dodgy fucking crayon or what. But I don't know, the harnesses don't seem to be working, so not a good sign. I'm just hoping Scrote's doing his Scrotely duties. I got this comment and I would like to address it. When everyday people/subscribers take the time, effort and money to donate, then post all kinds of gear to you, creating a members only channel at $9.99 reeks of privilege and greed. Incredibly un-Australian, Tara. First of all, on the un-Australian comment, I personally think what's un-Australian is saying someone's un-Australian. It's just my thoughts. The reason I'm responding to this is because I don't want people to think that your support is lost on me. I appreciate every person who donates and subscribes to the Patreon and that sort of stuff, but the great thing about it is you don't have to subscribe. When you get a PO box, you pay for the entire year, and the reason I got the PO box in the first place was so you guys could send lamb jumpers for the lambs to wear so they weren't cold. That's the reason why I got the PO box in the first place. But I could take it out of the description, I suppose, now that we're not lambing. I very much appreciate when people send other stuff to the PO box, but I can take it out of the description if that's how people feel. Personally, I don't think that. When I see other YouTubers have it in the description, I see it as, oh well, if I wanted to send something to them, I have the option, and I don't have to if I don't want to, because no one's forcing you. Secondly, you don't have to sub to the YouTube or Patreon. It's optional. It's there if you would like to. Because I swear I have trouble getting sponsors, and some of my videos do get demonetized, so I don't really make much off of them. YouTube members and Patreon help supplement that income I otherwise would have lost, because believe it or not, I do have better things to do than sit there and watch the video fucking 6 times through while I'm editing it. I do have other things that do need to be done. So having, Patreon and all that sort of stuff kind of supplements, kind of makes that time worth doing, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not going to sit here and go, I make no money. I do make money now. And I'm very grateful to be making money now. And a lot of Patreon and YouTube members, I'm very thankful for that. I'm going to be completely transparent. I need to start filming twice a week because I'm going to Italy and Greece in March. So look out for those vlogs. But Liam and I save up all year to be able to do that. I'm not going to get up here and fucking act like I don't make anything off social media, because the reality is I do. I've been doing social media for like what, 8-9 years now. If I was still making nothing, that would be fucking sad. Especially with the amount of time that I put into this. I don't know how long this whole spiel's gonna be. Like, I don't know how to address this comment. But my goal with posting the farm and stuff on YouTube, not only just educate and show people where their food comes from, but a more personal sort of reason why I'm doing it is so, you know, I've already spoken about this. I'm opening up other revenues for the farm, other options to sell the meat, or, you know, the wool, selling the wool. And another big reason that I haven't really mentioned before is if we go through a really fucking hard drought here and the farm just can't afford to pay Liam and I with the money from YouTube, I don't need to be paid to work here. I can't believe I'm sitting here trying to fucking justify this shit. If you want to subscribe to the Patreon, you're welcome to. If you don't, you don't. The videos on Patreon, I'm sure people can fucking attest to it. You know, they're not the high quality shit you see on here. Let me know which Woolworths accepts lamb jumpers in exchange for food. That would be great. There is a cheaper tier on Patreon. It's like $5 a month or something. If you know, again, you don't have to fucking subscribe to the Patreon. Do it if you want to. Slap. Had a few fly-blown sheep pop up in the last couple of days. We are probably going to get some from this rain this week, which, you know, it's not fucking ideal. When you get rain and then you get heat, you get humidity, and flies, once again, are like, fuck yeah. Let's eat this bitch. I'm just going to put a bit more grain out because this paddock's just got absolutely nothing in it. There is hay and stuff obviously up the top, but we will just, you know, really put some grain out. Just because I do want these lambs to grow a little bit. I think there's a bit of a thing with farmers, like, we want rain but not too much rain, but we want it at the right time. Unfortunately though, the reality of farming is, unless you've got irrigation, which is something that Liam and I are hoping to be able to buy in the future, is land with irrigation. You know, your seasons are pretty unpredictable. Obviously, if you've got irrigation and then you also get too much rain, I don't know, fucking plant rice. But if you don't have irrigation like we do, and then you don't have rain, then you've got this. Fucking nothing. And you've got fucking dirt. But, you know, if we were able to irrigate, which we can't because we don't have groundwater, we'd be able to grow like lucerne and alfalfa and, you know, all that sort of shit for sheep feed. And we would have been able to, you know, like, you know, chuck a centre pivot in here, water around, and then chuck the sheep in. But instead we're kind of hoping that it rains. Oh, I'll show you the tillage radish. We're right here. What am I doing? Oh, we're rolling. That's not fun. The tillage radish. I forgot. I better show you. Some of the ewes have been breaking in and eating it. However, this is what it's looking like. It's very teeny. We're hoping... Should I just pull one out? I'll pull one out. So that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's not overly exciting. As you can see, the sheep have found it delicious already. They shouldn't have. This is for the lambs. There's its first leaves here, second leaves here. First leaves, second leaves on a more mature plant. First leaf is here. I assume this one here that's been munched off is the second leaf. This is what your root kind of looks like. I did break a fair bit off, but what we're using this for is to kind of break up the ground because we've had quite a dry year. The ground's gone pretty hard, so putting in something like this should open up the ground. The sheep come off, they nip off the top of it, and then this root system here will obviously be bigger, and it's going to, you know, it's going to stay in the ground. It's going to like open up the ground and then rot into the ground. So what's going to happen is, I'm not going to pull another one out, but what's going to happen is when this breaks down into the ground, so I'm going to compost, add to the soil, and then next year, I think this is a crop again next year. Depends on what rotation we're at. I'll put this in here so the sheep can eat it. There you go, sheep. And next year, that crop will have had, you know, a little bit of extra spice put on top, and it might help it perform a little bit better. We had 2 paddocks of lucerne. The year after that lucerne came out, chef's kiss, mate. Beautiful wheat crop on that. We put barley in it this year. The barley turned out well. That makes sense. Here is the crop. Doesn't it look lovely? And when it matures a bit more, we'll be able to get the sheep on it. They'll be able to graze it. That's pretty much it. Also, the tillage radish will work as a bit of a cover crop. It's dry, the soil's, doesn't have a lot of cover on it, especially after you harvest for hay. Lose topsoil to wind erosion, and having, a green crop, there's fucking sheep on it again. I literally have pulled sheep off this 3 times and moved them all the way down there. So they just keep coming through, so we're gonna have to do something about that. But basically, when you put the plants in the ground, it holds the soil in place. Don't know if you know this, top farming tip, having soil in a paddock does help your crops grow. So there's some groundbreaking information for you. I got a comment, I don't know if I'll see if I can find it, but someone said that it's very sad that I laugh at my own jokes. Fuck you. We're feeding out on the straw. And why do we do that, people? You gotta be paying attention by now. I think I've said it like 100 fucking times. Leave the answer in the comments. And be better students. Get your nibbles, my dudes. Oh, also there's a little lamb in here. I don't know what the fuck went wrong. I don't know if there was a ram out. We still haven't found him if there is. At this point, it doesn't fucking matter because they're out again anyway. So are they? I'll see if I can find one for you. And believe it or not, as soon as I put them out, they started getting busy. So I don't know what Scroat's issue is, but I let them out the trailer and they were jumping. They were jumping for joy. All right, ladies, here you go. Very delicious, very good. Moving on. It's 11 o'clock now. I think it's like 2 hours later. I think we've just finished feeding. Actually, there's some sheep in here as well. And we just got the fat lambs left to go, which is a beans barley mix, which we're gonna have to do. We're just gonna jump in the tractor. I've got a couple of straw bales that need to go out to some sheep. I don't know where my slug's gone. There she is. Typo, get him. Get. You're not sitting there. I can tell you that now, dog. Up the back, please. Now, where's this? Oh, it's up there. Fucking hell. Oh, well, this phone's going to dangle from the ceiling. All right, guys, you are going to dangle from the ceiling. I'll attach you to the baling thingy. Keys. I've been driven, because I've been doing the grain, I haven't driven the tractor in months and months. So just let me get my bearings, people. Fucking hell, you park close to that. Yeah, so what we're doing is we've got to feed, there's 4 mobs of ewes that are pretty, some of them are fully contained, some of them are only partially contained but have very minimal resources. So I've got to get them some food, and I've got to be able to fucking get out of here without hitting anything. Shit. I've got the bloody tractor here in front of me. I had to get all the way past all this shit. And just don't hit the baler, and we're right. Right, now I've got to locate some straw bales because I've got no idea where the fuck they are. I'm not sure. We've got a lot of different bales everywhere, so I don't know which ones are what. There's straw in there. However, there's also straw in this paddock that's being loaded onto this truck. We're going to grab some of that straw and save Kev a trip. Aren't I generous and saving my own ass time? Can I help you, child? You have a lot of skin, my slug. 2 bales in. The first bale is in the wrong way. The second bale I had lined up, flipped over, and was also going to go in the wrong way. I think I've had enough of feeding bales now. I will stick to the grain cart, as shit as the fucking grain cart is. It's just the fucking thing. It's just so touchy. There's one of my bitches. Oh, I'm at the spot. people leaving the paddock. Isn't that fucking nice of them?
Them back in.
I don't know where the fuck they thought they were going, but it wasn't far. I guess it's now time to address the scrot in the womb. He's there. First of all, I want to address this comment. First and last time I'll ever watch your channel. 100% agree with what your IG commenter said after you said tough. Keep being tough and using your small vocabulary. It's all good. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Although I suspect it's probably not the first door to close behind you. Moving on. Now we've got those topics out of the way, we've got the topic of him. You can't see him? Hang on. Readjust. Can you see him? Yeah, he's back. The skanks and the scrot. Here we go. I got a lot of comments. That's rude, mate. I got a lot of comments about people like, why don't you paint the butts like Sandy does? Sandy uses something called cedars. Basically, you stick something up their snatch. I don't know much about it, but basically from the gist of what I get is you stick something up their snatch and then that makes them go on heat. We don't use that here. It's like a natural method. You chuck him out and hope for the best. It's called station mating. What she does is she pulls the cedars and then, you know, the rams get the job done within, 2-4 days, whatever it is. And you can spray paint on, the paint's still going to be wet. See, if I sprayed paint on the skanks, that's not going to do fuck all. All it's going to do is put a dried landing strip target for scrot, so it doesn't work. Onto the harness. Hang on, let me go chase the fuckers down. Now, scrot has been working, the harness has not been. I can confirm. So, full disclaimer, Dad did tell me. He literally said, good luck with that, when I said about the harnesses. And he said, yep, good luck with that. And I went back to him and I said, it's not working. And he said, shocker. Yeah, so basically what's happened is the hot days has actually melted the crayon down his legs. And then he's laid down on the dirt and the dirt has actually coated the crayon. So it doesn't work anymore. And it's also full of hair. So the skanks booties have blocked up the crayon, so that's a bust. I suppose there's a reason why Dad, who's been doing it for 50 fucking years, doesn't do it. There's your reason. We live and we learn. As Dad said, you need to find out for yourself. Basically, lots of these, he's been working. Can you see him? I'll show you why he's been working. So pretty much, as you can see, he's lost weight, which tells me he's been working. Also, crayon, full of hair. So you know he's been getting on that bump and grind. Secondly, this bitch, see this big bitch here? This really fat one with the wool hanging off? She actually was fully coated and I got back from lunch and if she turns around, you'll see only the bum has actually come off. So I know she's been done. Can we get a rotation of the skanks, please? But you can see on some of them where he's been busy. See this one here has been, that one there, she's been done. A lot of people were worried that there was something wrong with him. A lot of people being me. But he's right, look at him. Looking after his bitches, look at him. He's seductively looking after all these bitches. Look at him. He's like, it's okay, babe. I'll get to you soon enough. In 3 days' time, no, what's the date? Tomorrow, he has been in here for a full cycle. So theoretically, every ewe, except this ewe here that's sparring with the lamb, will have ran a cycle. She might have, depending on, what type of level of fertility she's got. Although it would be very convenient for them to all lamb, I don't think she's going to lamb again. A lot of you are interested on the freebie. There's the freebie now. Can't fucking tell you how happy I am with the growth. They're eating this shit and she's still growing. Like, that's fucking insane. These genetics, people, I tell you. That lamb there would be probably somewhere between, 30 and 40 kilo. She's 3 months old this week. 3 months old. And Look at that shit. Just gonna check our chicken coop. We had to put rollaway boxes in and now they don't really want to use it. In saying that, good chickens, very good chickens. Thanks for watching. Like or slug. Hang on, that's not slug. Slug will turn you into a chicken.